Yo, it's your brother, your comrade, Yafeuh Balogun, back at you one more time. Just wanted to talk and put some context on history. Do me a big favor, like, share, subscribe. Um, in this conversation, for those who know, you know what I mean? For those who know. But man, what come to mind in this, and I'm talking about Comrade Seidah, but before I get to Seidah, I really want to talk about just the treatment of women in organization. Sometimes is very atrocious, and the level of misogynistic behavior is atrocious, disgusting. You know what I mean? And patriarchal society just really put a number on us. Really put a number on us, man. Really put a number on us, and it's very disgusting that sometimes the things that women can go through in these organizations, not just community-based organizations, but kind of any level of society. Oftentimes, women are sexualized and you know can be a prey for violence. So I put all that into context is talking about Comrade Seidah. Um, she was a great leader for us in our organization. At the time, we was doing PLC, the People's Lunch Counter. So I think this time frame was probably about '07. Well, I initially met her in '06, and she worked at the Black Forest Theater. Black Forest Theater is where Erica Badu opened, kind of like a place where that she does music and invite other celebrities out, and they do music, and people come out and listen. I remember doing security for Pimp C and Bun B, and George Clinton, and just a number of different other celebrities. If you know, you know. And it was at the Black Forest Theater, and I believe she was a part of a group of people that worked closely with Erica Badu, and this particular group may have volunteered for a number of different things, and she was a part of that. And she was a bartender. I think she was a bartender that worked at the Black Forest Theater at the time, and so this is how I met Seidah. Right, I was doing security. Or just kind of hanging out at the Black Forest Theater. And what happened from there is obviously, uh, we developed a friendship, but also in that she became close with a brother by the name of Melchizedek, who I like to think became my right hand man at the time, and they developed a very close relationship, very personal relationship at the time, intimate relationship at the time. And they began to have conversations about different things. And I think because I was so close in the proximity to Melchizedek, a lot of that spilled over to me. So about 2007, I embarked upon changing my lifestyle in terms of my diet to vegetarianism. And it wasn't too hard. I remember my favorite food at the time to eat was a Jack in the Box. I used to like the jumbo jack, and fries, and things of that nature. And I remember in '07, at a Jack in the Box off of in Pleasant Grove off of Buckner. Probably was the last time I ate Jack in the Box. And I basically went cold turkey. And to understand that, you must know that I was raised to be Muslim. Uh, my father was in the nation in the '60s under Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And so I had always not eaten pork. So pork wasn't a thing for me. And I really wasn't that keen on chicken, although I do like folks chicken, but chicken wasn't a big thing for me. And I just slowly gave up beef. Kind of went cold turkey, really, and delve into vegetarianism. But this is what Saida and for the better part also Melchizedek, but more so Saida impacted upon me to choose this vegetarian lifestyle. And she had been a student of Dr. Laila Africa. And if anybody knows Laila Africa, he wrote a number of different books. I think African Holistic Health. I could got that title wrong, but look him up, Dr. Africa, Dr. Laila Africa. She was a student of his, and I remember one year he came, and I believe he had like a session in active change, and folks went for an extended period of time to Dr. Africa's classes, and he would teach on a number of different subjects. And once she graduated, um, he gave a certificate, and I think all of that really just kind of um, impacted upon me about the whole concept of just eating healthy, mainly fruits and vegetables. And keep in mind, y'all, this was like 2007, so this is not like yesterday. So it was information out there, but not as much information as it is now. And just keep in mind, social media was big. I mean, folks had MySpaces and all that kind of stuff, but social media wasn't that big per se. You know what I mean? So I know y'all remember the MySpaces and all of that and how that worked and things of that nature. But I say that all to say is that Saida within me impacted my life personally by giving me the steps to embrace vegetarianism. And sometimes through this process, I've been vegan. But also, she brought Black August back to Dallas. I'm not sure if it ever existed, so I don't want to say that she brought it to Dallas, but I'm just going to say she brought it back to Dallas, and she really highlighted the contributions of George Jackson. And I know that that wasn't a big thing in Dallas before we began to have a conversation about George Jackson, about Black August, about eating healthy, and began to teach folks that in Pleasant Grove. So when we were organizing in Timber Park, and specifically on the property with Timber Park, there's a location called the Dream Center. We were teaching folks, and I say we really meaning Saida was teaching folks about different foods and having conversations with them that they hadn't had. And so about food, because most folks was going to McDonald's, Whataburger, Burger King, places like that to get food or wherever they can get it, corner stores mainly. Sometimes, folks get food at corner stores, and they can just get what they can get. But she was talking about different ways to do it without it being as costly. So that was the major contribution that Saida gave. And also, additionally, that I will credit her with naming the organization Gorilla Mainframe. As I stated previously, myself and Melchez and her were riding on the freeway one time, and we was going down Interstate 30, getting on the 45, going south towards Houston. And on that very bridge, she said, Gorilla Mainframe. And that's something that we walked with from 2008 and even up to current. Um, that's when Gorilla Mainframe was founded in 2008, and currently still going. Man, as I will make mention, and I've said it before, and we got a comrade and brother by the name of Yafeuh Balogun, Christopher Daniels, who's currently in prison out in East Texas at the Cofield unit. And if you want to reach out to Rakim, I did make a previous video on how to write Rakim, and I think that's important so that our comrade can know and receive a letter. So if you get a chance and opportunity, do write Rakim because I think it's important for you to do so. And it's always good to reach out to other comrades. And he's gave a lot to the community. And just know back in December 12, 2017, he was the first arrested black identity extremist. By the FBI. So definitely reach out to him, connect with him. He'll be definitely appreciated. But I just really want to give my flowers and my appreciation to Saida and kind of put it on the record. Um, that she definitely did sacrifice for the development of PLC and the Gorilla Mainframe, and she definitely made a contribution towards her community as a student. And I failed to mention as a student of Bandele Tyehimba. And if you're not sure about Bandele Tyehimba, I have mentioned that he was the basically the founder, co-owner of Pan African Connection. And our thing with him was is that he did political education, and we spent a lot of time under Bandele on his political education classes that we desperately missed. And he passed back in 2012, but in those early 2000s, um, mid 2000s, like I'm like 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We spent a lot of time in his classes learning about Pan Africanism, learning about the content, and sometimes learning about spirituality. So that was the great thing about Bandele and what they were doing in Pan African at that particular time with the political education classes. That myself, um, Eric Afraid, sometimes Melchizedek, but definitely Saida would definitely attend. And she brought Black August, in my opinion, back to Dallas, and she definitely impacted me with vegetarianism. Peace, power, and prosperity. I just want to give my comrades the flowers that they definitely deserve. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna keep telling these scenarios, these stories that happen, and how I became involved in these movements and how GMF has impacted, I believe, the further militant culture that exists in this country, and especially in Dallas, and how much of this is due credit to the original Black Panther Party, the elders of SNCC here in the city of Dallas, which oftentimes they do not get credit and they are not mentioned. So I definitely want to mention them as we are their understudies and have been their students. Thank you very much. This has been Yafeuh Balogun, street reporter. In a few days, we're gonna be out in the community giving out some good stuff to the community that's gonna help keep it warm. I definitely want to show because we want to be able to show the work, talk to history, and give some ideology. And that's gonna be what this platform is about. Appreciate you.